So today, we shall be looking at a topic called transcript. A topic called transcript. What is transcript? First and foremost, transcript is prepared every month. Transcript is prepared every month. So transcript is just a summary of total receipt and payment as posted in the cash book. The summary of total receipt and payment as posted in the cash book every month or on a monthly basis. That is what is called transcript. It is the final account of self and sub-self accounting units. It is the final account of self and sub-self accounting units. So transcript is just the summary of total receipt and payment posted into the cash book on a monthly basis. Type of transcript. Number one, cash transcript. Number one is what? Cash transcript. What is cash transcript? Cash transcript is otherwise called main transcript. Cash transcript is otherwise called main transcript. It is used by self and sub-self accounting units. It is the main transcript sent to the Accountant General of the Federation on a monthly basis. It is the main transcript sent to the Accountant General of the Federation on a monthly basis. That is cash transcript. Supplementary transcripts. Supplementary transcript. It is used to summarize interministerial, ministerial, or intergovernment transaction. Supplementary transcript is an adjustment to the main transcript in conformity with the principles of double entry. Supplementary transcript is an adjustment to the main transcript in conformity with principles of double entry. Why the third type of transcript that we have is called subsidiary transcript. Subsidiary transcript. Subsidiary transcript is used to correct error of omission, error of commission, or error of transposition in the main transcript. Subsidiary transcript is used to correct error of omission, error of commission, and error of transposition in the main transcript. That is what subsidiary transcript is. The next heading that we are looking at now is what are the documents to be attached to a transcript. First and foremost, we need to have it in mind that transcript is prepared by self-accounting units and sub-self-accounting units. In public sector accounting, we have three types of accounting units. We have self-accounting unit, we have sub-self-accounting unit, and we have non-self-accounting unit. It is only self-accounting unit and sub-self-accounting unit that make use of transcripts. Non-self accounting unit does not have power to prepare a transcript. It doesn't have a power to prepare a transcript. So what are the documents? When you are preparing a transcript, what are the supporting documents you need to attach to a transcript? What are the supporting documents you need to attach to a transcript? Number one supporting document you need to attach to a transcript is bank reconciliation statement. Bank reconciliation statement. Number two is schedules of cash and bank balances. While number three is schedules of outstanding vouchers.
Hello, sir. Sorry to interrupt you. One of us, Ogechi, says she hasn't received the link to this lecture. So she's just
yes.
Ogechi.
Okay, what you can do in this case, can somebody forward the link to him or tell her to contact Mr. Wasil, the admin?
Okay.
Yes. So what are the documents to be attached to transcript? Number one document to be attached to transcript is bank reconciliation statement. While number two is certificate of cash and bank balances. Number three, schedules of outstanding vouchers. Number four, schedules of voucher pre-listed. While number five, schedules of expenditure. You may be asked, list out documents attached to a transcript. There are like 5 documents attached to a transcript. There are even more than 5. But these are the main documents attached to a transcript. Now, how do we prepare transcript? How do we prepare transcript? Like I said, transcript is just a summary of receipts and payments posted in the cash book on a monthly basis. What that one means is that we prepare transcript every month. It is transcript that we prepare before we prepare cash book. It is from the transcript that we now generate cash book. So, and transcript is prepared by self-accounting unit and sub-self-accounting units. So, and we have 3 types of transcripts. I've explained that already. So, the document to be attached to transcript, I've explained that. Now, procedures for preparing a transcript. What are the procedures for preparing transcripts? Number one procedure for preparing a transcript is obtain the cash book used for the month. Obtain the cash book used for the month. Sorry for diversion. You can tell the students to check his spam from the mail, whether the link is sent to the spam. Sometimes the link may send to the spam. So the student can check as spam. So number one procedure for preparing transcript is you obtain what? The cash book used for the month. You get the cash book that you are using for the month. Number two, you obtain all voucher posted in the cash book. The payment voucher that was posted in the cash book, you get it. The receipt voucher, the receipt invoice that was posted in the cash book, you get it. You cross-check the voucher into the cash book. You ensure that all the payment voucher that you have is the one that was posted in the cash book. No one is left. And you check for error of omission, error of commission, and error of transposition. You check for error of omission, error of commission, and error of transposition. Number 3 procedure is you cast the cash book to ensure or to ascertain arithmetical accuracy. Cast When they say something cast, you mean you are calculating the figure. You want to ensure that each of the line item figure, when you add them up, tally with the total. That's the meaning of cast. To ensure that each of the line item tally with the total. That is the meaning of cast. After you cast the cash book, you separate the voucher into various heads and sub-heads. In public sector accounting, we have heads, we have sub-heads. Head means item of income or item of revenue and expenditure that can be traced direct into the budget. Head simply means item of revenue and expenditures that can be traced direct into the budget. That is what head means. But sub-head means those items of revenue and expenditure that you can't trace them direct into the budget. Do you understand? Sub-heads, when you add sub-heads, it's going to give you one head. Do you understand? In public sector accounting, in government, we have heads. Revenue heads. Revenue under public sector accounting is classified into two. We have recurrent revenue and we have capital revenue. Recurrent revenue, its own head start from 1. Why capital revenue, its own head start from 3. Likewise, too, expenditure. We have recurrent expenditure and capital expenditure. So recurrent expenditure head start from 2. Why capital expenditure head start from 4. In a nutshell, when we are preparing budgets, we have head 1 to 4. Head 1 stands for recurrent revenue, while head 2 stands for recurrent expenditure, while head 3 stands for capital revenue, while head 4 stands for capital expenditure. That is how we do in public sector, in government. That is how we operate in public sector, in government. So one of the steps in preparing transcript is to prepare a schedule for each of the heads and sub-heads. After you prepare that, you cast the schedule. You ensure that the sum, each of the line item in each head heads corresponds with the total amounts. Each of the line item in each of the sub-heads tallies with the total amounts. That is what you do. After that, the next is post into analysis book under head and sub-head. After you have separated them, you are now posting them now into the transcript. You are posting them into the transcript. You are posting them into the transcript. After that, you balance up the transcript. You ensure that the closing balance that we have in the transcript is tally with the cash book. The closing balance that you have in the transcript tally with the cash book. And the last step is compilation of the transcript. You now compile the transcript. You compile it. You show the receipt. You show the payment. You show the revenue. You show the expenditure. That is compilation of the transcript. So those are the steps involved in preparing transcripts. Now, let's look at component of a transcript. Component of a transcript. Transcript component is divided into 2. Transcript component is divided into 2. Number one component of a transcript is called above the line item, while number two component is called below the line item. Number one component of the transcript, above the line item. Number two component of transcript, below the line item. So in a nutshell, transcript component is divided into two: above the line item, below the line item. What is above the line item? Above the line item. These are items of income and expenditure in which the amount or the exact amount can be traced direct into the budget. These are items of income and expenditure in which the amount can be traced direct into the budget. Or you can define it in this way. You can say they are items of income and expenditure in which the amount is known at the time of budget preparation. These are items of income and expenditure in which the amount is known at the time of budget preparation. That is above the line item. Below the line item. Example of above the line item. Example of above the line item. Personnel costs, overhead costs, tax receivables, registration fee, training costs. All these items, they are examples of above the line item. So above the line item, you will divide it into two. You have above the line revenue and you have above the line expenditure. Personnel cost is above the line expenditure. Overhead cost is above the line expenditure. Training cost is above the line expenditure. But tax receivable, tax is a revenue, it's above the line revenue. Registration fee or marriage certificate fee that is collected by registry is above the line revenue. So that is that. Now, below the line item. Below the line item. These are items of income and expenditure in which the amount is not known or the amount is uncertain at the time of budget preparation. What that one means is that the item of income and expenditure in which the amount cannot be traced direct into the budget. The amount cannot be traced direct into the budget. Examples of below the line item: touring advance, motor vehicle advance, housing loan, salary advance, cash transfer, remittances, deposits. All these are examples of below the line item. All these are examples of below the line item. That is that. Now, let's look at type of accounting units. In the beginning of the lecture, I said there are three types of accounting units: self-accounting unit, sub-self-accounting unit, and non-self-accounting unit. We should have it in mind that only self-accounting unit and non-self-accounting units, only self-accounting unit and non-self-accounting unit that prepare transcripts, only self-accounting unit and sub-self-accounting unit, that prepare transcript. Non-self-accounting unit don't prepare transcript. It is only self-accounting unit and sub-self-accounting unit that prepare transcript. Non-self-accounting unit don't prepare transcript. So what is self-accounting unit? Self-accounting unit. Self-accounting units. What do we understand by self-accounting units? Self-accounting unit is an accounting unit that has control over its revenue and expenditure. The accounting unit that has control over its revenue and what? Expenditure. They have control over their revenue and expenditure. It means they are self-accounting units. In self-accounting unit, they have power or authority to prepare the detailed record of expenditure and revenue. They have control over the revenue and expenditure. That is self-accounting units. Now, condition to be fulfilled before you can be referred as a self-accounting unit. What are the conditions that need to fulfill before they can regard you as a self-accounting unit? What are those conditions that will be fulfilled before they can say, this ministry? Example of self-accounting unit: Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Transportation, Ministry of Work. All those ministries, they are self-accounting units. All those ministries, they are what? Self-accounting units. So when you are asked, what are the examples of self-accounting units? Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Work, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Transportation, Ministry of Information, because they have control over their revenue and expenditure. They prepare account on their own. Self-accounting units, they are the units that have power to prepare their own financial statements. So what are the conditions to be fulfilled for a ministry to be called a self-accounting unit? Number one condition, they must have an internal audit unit. That ministry must have internal audit units. Number two, they must have an accounting code or internal audit guideline. They must have accounting code. Accounting code means they have an accounting package or accounting manual. They also have internal audit guideline. That is number two condition to be fulfilled for a ministry to be referred as self-accounting unit. Another one, they must have a central pay office. They must have what? Central pay office. Secondly, they must have adequate manpower for finance and account department. It means they must have a finance and account department. These are conditions to be fulfilled before you can be regarded as a self-accounting unit. Another condition, they must have a secure vouchers room. They must have a place that they put all their vouchers for verification. Another condition, they must have an internet facility they must have an information technologies, devices, and internet infrastructure. It means they must have computer, they must have accounting package, they must have internet. All these are the conditions to be fulfilled before a ministry can be referred as a self-accounting unit. So now for the sake of time, let's look at advantage of self-accounting units. Advantages of self-accounting unit. Number one advantages of self-accounting unit is it encourages usage of initiative at unit level, thereby increasing motivation of staff, because they will prepare their own financial statement by themselves. They will prepare their own financial statement by themselves. They have their own accounting unit. It serves as a motivation to their staff. Another advantage, it increases flexibility and reduce communication problems. It increases flexibility and reduce communication problems. It facilitates process of decision making at unit level. It serves as an avenue for job training. All these are advantage of self-accounting unit. Disadvantage of self-accounting unit. One of the disadvantages is it may be difficult to achieve consistency among various accounting units. It may be difficult to achieve consistent among various accounting units. Now, let's look at sub-self-accounting units. Sub-self-accounting units. Sub-self-accounting units, they are similar to self-accounting units. They perform the same function of self-accounting units. But when they are preparing their own transcripts, they will attach these following documents. For self-accounting unit, when it's preparing its own transcript, it doesn't need to attach all these documents. But self-accounting unit, sub-self-accounting units, they perform the same function of self-accounting unit. It means they have control over their revenue and expenditure. They prepare the financial statement by themselves. Aside that, when they are preparing their monthly transcript, they will attach the following document to the monthly transcript. They will attach bank statement, original copy of cash book, schedule of voucher pre-listed, duplicate copies of voucher, certificate of cash and bank balances. What this one means is that when self-accounting units are preparing their own monthly transcript, they don't need all these documents when they want to forward their transcript to the accountant general. Because at the end of the day, all the transcripts will be forwarded to the accountant general for compilation. Ministry of Health transcript will be forwarded to the accountant general. Ministry of Finance transcript forwarded to the accountant general. Ministry of Work transcript it is the accountant general that will compile all the transcript of the ministry together to become one transcript. And Accountant General will use the transcript, prepare the audited financial statement for the federal government. So self-accounting unit perform similar function with self-accounting unit. But the only difference is that when they are submitting their own monthly transcript, they will attach some document like bank reconciliation statement, original copy of cash bill, schedule of voucher pre-listed, schedules of payment vouchers, certificate of cash and bank balances. So what is the similarity between self-accounting unit and sub-self-accounting unit? Number one similarity is both of them does not forward their vouchers unit to the Accountant General of the Federation. They don't forward their vouchers units, voucher, to the Accountant General of the Federation. They always forward their transcripts. Both of them render expenditure into heads total in their transcripts. Both of them operate a central pay office. So those are the similarity between both of them have internal audit units. All the ministry we have, they are self-accounting units. Examples of self-accounting units. Self-accounting unit, they are agency like NIMASA, FAN, MPA. Agency like NIMASA, FAN, MPA. NMPC. All these, they are what? Self-accounting units. Non-self-accounting units. Non-self-accounting units. They are the self-accounting units that don't have control over their expenditure and revenue. They don't have control over their expenditure and revenue. In this non-self-accounting unit, it means they don't have an accounting department. They don't have internal audit units. They don't prepare audited financial statements. If they want to make any payment, it is the head office that will make payment for them. If they want to generate any revenue, all the revenue will go to the head office. They will pay into the account of the head office. So non-self-accounting unit, they are ministry or extra-ministerial department that has no control over its accounting record. They have no control over their revenue and expenditure. If they want to spend money, they have to collect approval from the head office. In most cases, they don't generate revenue. That is non-self-accounting unit. Examples of non-self-accounting units. Code of Conduct Bureau in a state. Every state, we have Office of Code of Conduct Bureau. The head office of this Code of Conduct Bureau is in Abuja. All the units, all the branches office that they have in all the states, they are non-self-accounting units. They cannot incur costs on their own, except the approval of the head office in Abuja. They cannot generate revenue on their own. All revenue is going to the account of head office in Abuja. That is non-self-accounting unit. Another example of non-self-accounting, Public Compliance Commission Office in every state. Nigeria Population Commission Office in every state. They are self-accounting, non-self-accounting units. Non-self-accounting units don't prepare transcripts. They don't prepare transcripts because they don't have an accountant. They don't have accounting staff. They don't have internal audit department. What non-self-accounting units do, anytime they incur expenditure, that voucher, that copy of voucher that they use to incur expenditure, they will send it to their head office for posting. So that is non-self-accounting unit. Now, let's go to how do we prepare transcripts. If you want to prepare transcript, we will have revenue, we have expenditure, or we have receipt and payment. For the receipt type, all the money that we receive will be posted there. While for the expenditure side, all the money that we spend will be posted there. The opening cash balance will be added to receipt, while we less payments. At the end of the day, when we less payments after adding opening cash balance to receipt, when we less payment from it, we are going to get closing balance. Now, let's look at a question. A question. Somebody should volunteer and read the question for us. Somebody should read the question for us.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
You are the accounting technician for the Ministry of Agriculture. The following information are available in the records of the ministry for the month of December 2012. Balance brought forward 1/2024. Bank debit 3 million naira. Cash debit 4,800. Revenue items collected during the month of December 2012 were above the line. Classification description. 6.1. Other internal revenue, bank 120,000 naira. On the 6th, license fee, bank 200,000 naira. On the 7th one, royalty on agric input, bank 8,000 naira. On the 7th, it's classification. 7/2, water rate in cash 12,000 naira. 10/8, tenders fee cash 28,000 naira. 11/13, registration fee from contractors, cash 20,000 naira. 12/11, rent on junior staff quarters, cash 7,200. 12/12, rent on senior staff quarters, 10,000 naira. Below the line, 2011, repayment of salary advance, cash 12,000 naira. 30/11, repayment of spectacle advance, 4,000 naira. Payment effected during the month were above the line. Classification, description, under classification, 24/1, personnel cost, bank 1.2 million naira. 24/2, transport 200,000 naira. 24/3, stationery, bank 400,000 naira. 24/4, utilities, cash 16,000 naira. 24/5, vehicle maintenance, cash 12,000 naira. Below the line, 2011, salary advance, bank 16,000 naira. 30/11, spectacle advance, 6,000 naira. You are required to prepare the transcript of the ministry for the month of December 2012.
Thank you very much. So how do we prepare transcript? The heading, Ministry of Agriculture, transcript for the month of December 2012. Transcript. Transcript for the month of December 2012. When we are preparing transcripts, we have formats. One of our formats is we have heads followed by subhead, description, amount, subtotal, and total. We have 6 columns. We have 6 columns. Number 1 column is head. Number 2 column, subhead. Number 3 column, description. Number 4, amount. While number 5, subtotal. And number 6, total. Revenue. Now, we will start with revenue, our receipts. The opening cash balance that we have, we have bank 3 million, cash 4 million, 4,800. We have to put that one first. Balance brought forward. That one will be balance brought forward. You put them under the total. Because they are debits. That is the reason why we recognize them under revenue. Now, we now say this is revenue side. We now say above the line revenue. Number 1 above the line revenue that we have given to us in the question is what? Other internal revenue, which is 120. If you look at the 06/1, 06 is the head, while the subhead is what? 1. This other internal revenue, license fee, they have the same head. They have the same what? Head. So I will post them above the line item. Other internal revenue, the head is 06, the subhead is 1. You post them under amounts because they are subheads. They have subhead. You put them in under amount. License fee is the same head that he has with other internal revenue. You write head 06, subhead 2, license fee. You put them under amount, 200,000. Now, after doing that, since license fee and other internal revenue are the same head, you total the head together, the amount together, to get the subtotal. The amount of these two, 120 plus 200, you total it together to get the what? Subtotal. Subtotal means this subtotal 320 stand for 1 head. 1 head that it stands for is head of head 06. Assuming we have 3 items under head 06, we add the 3 items together. We put it under subtotal. But in this question, we have 2 items under head 06, other internal revenue, license fee. We move again. After that, we have another head 07. Head 07 has 2 items, royalty and on agriculture and water rates. You post them, they are still above the line item. Royalty and agriculture input, 8,000. Water rate, 12,000. You can see that they have the same head, 007. If there is no any head 07 again, After this water rate, you add the two together. You put it under what? Subtotal. It will give you 20,000. You move again to the next head. A 10, tender fee. Sub head 8, tender fee. A 10 only have only one item, which is tender fee. That is the reason why I'm taking it to the subtotal. Assuming a 10 has like 2 items, this 28,000, I will write it under the amount here in this place. The other item under a 10, I will write it again in this place. But the reason why I take a 10 to the subtotal side is because a 10 has only one item. Add 11, registration fee from contractor. That one too has only one item. I put it under the subtotal. But at 12, add 2 items. One of the items is rent on junior staff quarter. I put it under amount. Rent on senior staff quarter. I put it under amount. After that one, I will total the two to give me 17,002. I will now put it under what? Subtotal. Now, if you look at all these heads I'm mentioning, all these heads, I'm starting from the lowest head to the highest head. The lowest head is 06, followed by 7, followed by 10, followed by 11, followed by 12, followed by 12 is the last. In some question, the examiner may want to convince the students. He will now, the first item given to us is S06, which is the lowest head. The examiner may want to convince the student. He will now put the first item as 12, 12/11. You now go and put 06 as the last item. When you are doing your solution, you arrange it in accordance with which one is the lowest first. You arrange it 6, 06 is lower. You take 06 first, followed by 7, followed by 10, followed by 11, followed by 12, based on the head. If you don't arrange it, if you write it as they put it in the question, you have missed the question. The transcript is not well prepared. It means you are not going to get any mark. It's 0 mark. The transcript is not well prepared. So you arrange your head in line with which one is lower. The lowest comes first. After that, you now move to below the line item, below the line revenue. One of the below the line revenue that was given to us is 2011 repayment of salary advance. I put it under subtotal because it is head on its own. 3011 repayment of spenta. I put it under subtotal because it is head on its own. Assuming we have 2011, we have 2012. I will put it under amount. I will now add the two together. I will put it under subtotal. You are done with revenue. What we do, you now add all the subtotal together, starting from 320, 20,000, 28,000, another 20,000, 17,002, 12,000, 4,000. You add all of them together. When you add all of them together, you are going to get 421,200. This 421,200, you put it under the total. This is the total. The 421,200, you now add the opening balance to it, 3,004,800. You add it with 421,200. At the end of the day, you are going to get a total revenue of 3,426,000. $3,426,000. After you get the total revenue, you now write expenditure. Expenditure. Your expenditures too, you divide it into two. Above the line expenditure, below the line expenditure. In the expenditure, under the above the line, we have personnel costs at 24, transport at 24, at 24, sub at 2. You can see that they are the same head. That is the reason why I put all these 4 items under amounts, because they have the same head. Assuming they have different heads, where am I going to put it? Assuming they have different heads, where am I going to put it?
Subtotal.
Subtotal. Subtotal. Since they have the same head, I will put it under amounts. If you look at the question, you can see above the line expenditure, they have the same head. They have the same head. So at the end of the day, because all these 5 items have the same head, I put it under amount. After finishing them, I will now total them. The total I got, I will put it under the subtotal. I'll move to below the line expenditure. Below the line expenditure. Below the line expenditure. I'll move to below the line expenditure. One of the below the line expenditure I have is salary advance. Salary advance. The head is 2011. I will put it under subtotal. Spectacle advance. The head is 3011. I will put it under subtotal. Because they have different heads, that is the reason why I'm putting them under subtotal. Assuming spectacle advance too start from 20, I cannot put salary advance under subtotal. I will put it under amount. I will also put spectacle advance under amount. After I finish writing them, I will now sum 2 of them. I will put it under subtotal. So when you are done with all this, what you are going to do now is under the subtotal, you have 1,828,000, 16,006,000. You add 3 of them together. At the end of the day, you are going to get a total of what? 1,850,000. When you get your 1,850,000, when you get it, you will now minus the total of expenditure, 1,850,000. You minus it from the total of revenue, 3,426,000. You now get the balance carried forward, which is 1,576,000. So that is that. Now, let's look at the second question. The second question the Ministry of Main Affairs has the following transaction in its financial record for the month of June. Any question?
Excuse me, sir. So,
yes, sir.
Just a quick question on the last part of the question. Yeah. Now,
yes.
on the below line expenditure,
Yes.
why can't we report this? Why do we, for the 2011 salary advance and then the spectacle advance, why do we
it's
put
not
them
here.
under support?
It's head number.
Okay.
Continue with
Yeah,
your
why do
question.
we put them under the subtotal?
Because they have different sub-heads. They have different heads. 2011 is an head on its own. 3011
sorry.
is an head on its own.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So the Ministry of Main Affairs has the following transaction in its financial record for the month of June 2020. Revenue 8,011 license to marry, 8,012 license to hunting, 8,013 delivery license, 10,001 education fee, 10,002 medical fee, 10,003 registration fee. Below the line revenue, 10,001 refund of marriage advances, 10,005 repayment of motor vehicle loan, 10,007 repayment of corresponding advising, while 10,010 salary advances. Expenditure, we have 12 2001/001 personnel costs, 2001/002 local transport and traveling, 2001/003 sundry expenses, 2001/004 overhead costs, research expenses, enlightenment campaign. We now have below the line item, loan for wedding gown, advanced personnel, housing loan, 2012, Beijing advance. The opening balance for the month is 1,894,000 in the receipt side. Require, prepare the transcript for the month. Ministry of Main Affairs, transcript for the month of June 2020. You have head, sub-head, description, amount, subtotal, and total. When you go to the revenue, the first revenue that was given to us, even without mentioning them, they are above the line revenue. Because after that one, they now give us the below the line revenue. Go back to this above the line revenue. When you look at their heads, 8 and 1 is their head for this above the line revenue. 1, 0 have to come before 8 because 10 is lower than 8. So when you are doing your solution, you are going to start with head 1001 education fee, head 1002 medical fee, head 1003 registration fee. All these, they have the same head, which is 10. 10 is the head. Why the sub-head is 01, 10, 02, 10, 03. 10 is lower than 8. That is the reason why we start from education fee, followed by medical fee, followed by registration fee. It's after we finish them, we cannot go to 8 when we are doing our solution. We must be careful of that. So if you look at my item now, balance brought forward, I put it under this total. Above the line item, you can see I started from 10, 10,01. 10 is the head, while the sub-head is 01. So, education fee, 1002. I put them under amount because 10, 10, 10, all these three items, all the three, education fee, medical fee, registration fee, they have the same head. That is the reason why I'm putting them under amount. I will now sum them. The sum will be stated, will be posted under the subtotal. After that, I move to 80 and 80. License to marry, license to hunting, delivery license. They are the same head. 80 sub head 11, 80 sub head 12, 80 sub head 13. Then we come before 10. 10 is lower than 10. You can see that I rearrange them, but in the question, the first of all state 80. When you are doing the solution, you can't start with 80. When you start with 80, you have missed it. You start with the lower S. So you start with the lower head. At the end of the day, you sum, you add the sum total of at 80. It's going to give you 2,800,000. You now move to below the line revenue. Below the line revenue, we have 0001, the fund for marriage advancing. 005, 007, 009. They are the same head because they started with 10. They are the same head. That is the reason why I'm putting them under the amount. I will now total 4 of them. I will put it under the subtotal, 512. I will now add all the subtotal together. It's going to give me 6,992,000. The 6,992,000, I will add the opening balance to it. The opening balance of 1,089,894,000. I will add it to it so that I will get the total revenue, which is 8,886,000. I will move to expenditure, above the line expenditure. The head is 2001, while the sub head is 01. You can see all the expenditure above the line expenditure. They have the same head. 2001, 2001, 2001. I will put them under amounts. I will now total them. The total will be stated under subtotal. At the end of the day, you put below the line item. Below the line item too, have the same head, 2001, 2000, because the head stands from 2000 is the same head. You put them under amount, you total them as the subtotal. At the end of the day, the summation of below the line, above the line expenditure and below the line expenditure, you add the two of them together, you are going to get 2,893,000. You now minus that 2,893,000 from the total revenue, which is 8,886,000, so that you can get your balance carry forward, which is the closing balance, 5,993,000. That is it on transcripts. Any question, any issues, Any observation?
Sir, I have one question.
Okay.
So my question is it possible for the examiners not to tell us the one for above the line revenue, the one for below the line, and combine all the transactions together? So that we are the one now bringing them one by one. Is it possible
Yes,
like that?
it's possible. It's possible. It's possible.
That's my point.
Anything that have to do with
I wanted to ask
loan,
that too.
advance, they are below the line. Anything that have to do with repayments, they are below the line. Advance, loan, deposits, they are below the line. It's possible in most of the cases, but in most cases, the examiner will like to separate it because they know that students will convince. If they don't separate it, that this one is above the line, below the line, virtually 95% of the students may convince. But students that understand very well, when you see below the line expenditure or below the line revenue, you will know. If I were you, if I see anything relating to loan, advance, I will know that this thing is either below the line revenue or below the line expenditure. It depends on the side that they put it. So it's possible like that. But most of the exam questions on the transcript, the examiner normally nice, they normally separate it. This one is above the line, this one is below the line. So that student can, because if they don't separate it, student may convince in most cases. Why there are some questions that they don't separate, which I've seen a lot. I will send you that question. They don't separate it. I will send the question. You can practice it. Any other question? Any other question or query?
Thank you. I think yeah, thank you. I think that satisfied. Because I wanted to ask that question too. So it's okay.
Okay, thank you very much. So that is it on transcript. Our lecture will end by 10:30. Let's look at public good and private good. It's just a short topic. It's just for us to differentiate them. Public good versus private good. Can we look at that? Can we look at that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Fire on.
Yes, sir, we can.
Okay.
Can go ahead.
Okay. Public good versus private good. Public good versus what? Private good. What is public good? What is private good? Public good, they are the goods and services that you enjoy at free cost. They are the goods and services that you enjoy at free cost. Any goods and services that you enjoy when you don't pay for it, they are public good. And public good, they are normally provided by who? By the government. Public good are normally provided by the government. Public good, they are the facility of the public or facilities of the government that you enjoy at a free cost. Examples of public good: road, the road that we have taken our car past is public good. It's provided by government. We don't pay for it. Street light in a street, government put a street light so that people can be seen. It's public good. Fire brigade, fire service. When fire incident happen, fire service will come. They render public good. Public transport, all this like BRT, though you pay for it, so it's not fully public good. Security or defense, police is protecting our life and property. They are rendering public good. We don't pay for the protection that police is doing for us. It's provided by government. They are what? Public goods. Let's look at features or characteristics of public good. Number one characteristic of public good is non-rival in consumption. Non-rival in consumption. There is no rival in consuming public good. This implies that consumption of that public good by one individual will not cause declined benefit to another consumer. Non-rival in consumption. As you are consuming that, as you are passing that road, me too, I'm passing the road. Your own passing the road or your own carrying car driving on the road cannot affect the benefit I will achieve on the road too. We all enjoy the benefit together. We are not rival in consuming the good. As you are consuming, me too, I will be consuming. Your own consumption will not affect my own consumption. That is non-rival in consumption. Number two, non-excludability. Non-excludability. It means since it's a public good, you cannot exclude some people from consuming it. You cannot exclude them from consuming it. It's available to everybody. You can't say because this one is Christian, you cannot consume it. Because this one is Muslim, you cannot consume it. Or because this one is staying in Ikorodu, while this one is staying in VI, it doesn't have access to it. No, since it's provided by government, either you are poor or you are rich, you have the same rights. You can't exclude people based on their religion, based on their tribe, or based on their income level. So far as the good is available for citizens, either they are rich or they are poor, they have equal right in consuming it. When they want to climb a bridge, climbing a bridge, a pedestrian bridge, they will not ask you, if you are poor, don't climb this bridge, or if you are a rich man, you don't have right to climb this bridge, go and use your car. No. We all climb the bridge and pass. No exclusion. So far as you are a human being. Or they will say, they will ask you that, if you are from Sokoto State, this is Yoruba bridge. Don't climb this bridge. No. You are all Nigeria. You can't exclude anybody. When they are climbing bridge, there is no time. Everybody will climb and go. That is non-excludability. Zero marginal cost. Another features of public good. Zero marginal cost. Some of the public good come with a zero marginal cost. It means you are not going to incur any cost at all from enjoying that public good. As your demand is increasing, your cost will still remain the same. You are not spending any cost, irrespective of increase in demand for that public good. So that is zero marginal cost. Non-rejectable. Another feature of public good. Non-rejectable. There are some public good. Consumer cannot reject it. You have to consume it either by force or fire. Example, climbing of pedestrian bridge in an express road. You cannot reject it and say you want to cross the road. At that particular point on time, if you want to pass the other, you have to climb the bridge. You don't have access to cross the road. You don't have right to cross the road, an express road. You can't reject it. You have to climb it's compulsory. Don't reject it. Protection of life and property is compulsory. You cannot say, I don't need the service of police, or I don't need the service of security in my estate. No, you cannot reject it. Examples of non-rejectable public good. During the COVID-19, government said, COVID vaccine is very important to all the citizens. It's compulsory. Even in some offices, you must show evidence of COVID-19 injection before you can have access to enter the office. It means you cannot reject that COVID-19 vaccine. COVID-19 vaccine is provided free of charge by government. It's a public good, but you cannot reject it. It's compulsory because of your ex. It's non-rejectable. Young children, 5 years below, they will give them immunization. That immunization, you cannot say, please, my children cannot take immunization. If your baby is of that age of taking the immunization is free of charge. Government can compulsory for you that, no, you have to take it for the baby. You cannot reject it. So some public good are what? Non-rejectable. Free riding. Some public good, they are free rider. At a free riding course, you benefit from it, from that public good, and you don't pay for it. Now, type of public good. Type of public good. Number one type of public good that we have is pure public good. Pure public good. Pure public good. Pure public good. These are goods that are perfectly non-rival in consumption and non-excludability. They are perfectly non-rival in consumption and what? Non-excludability. Examples of pure public goods. They are defense, national defense, street lights. They are pure public good. They are perfectly non-rival. Everybody in the street, we use the street lights. National defense, protection of our life and property by Nigeria Army Force is compulsory to everybody. It's compulsory to everybody for Nigeria Army Force to protect us against kidnapping, against insurgency, against terrorism. It's compulsory. It's perfectly non-rival in consumption, perfectly non-excludability. Another one, quasi-public good. Quasi-public good. Quasi-public good. They are the goods that possess characteristics of both private goods and public goods. We know that public goods are those goods that we enjoy at a free cost. They are the goods provided by government that we don't pay for it. Private goods simply means the goods and services that if you want to enjoy them, you are going to pay for it. You exchange consideration, you pay. So quasi-public goods simply means Those public goods that have some characteristics of public good, they also have some characteristics of private good. In a nutshell, quasi-public goods, they are public goods that are partially non-rival in consumption and partially non-excludability. Partially non-rival in consumption, partially non-excludability. Example of quasi-public good. In some rural area, there are some people that will do bridge. They will use wood to do bridge. If you want to cross the bridge, they will say, give us 15 naira, give us 10 naira. Such kind of bridge is quasi-public good. Lekki Express Road, at a time, they normally toll the road. They pay toll gates. Such kind of good is quasi-public good. It's owned by government, but you are paying for it. It's quasi-public good. Another type of public good, merit good. Merit good. Merit good. Merit good. Very good. There are some public goods. They are not rival in consumption. They are rival in consumption, but they are not excludability. If you want to enjoy such kind of merit good, you have to work for it. You have to do what? Work for it as a citizen. That merit public good, you can't get it just as a free of charge. If you want to enjoy it, it's not that you pay for it, then you will work for it. Examples of merit public good, education. If you want to get admission to public university like Unilag, you want to get admission, you will write post-jam. You will write post-jam. If your post-jam cutoff mark pass the cutoff mark, you will be given admission. Because that merit public good, they are the good that are limited, but the demand by the citizen are unlimited. People that need the good, they are more than the good available. As a result of that, for the citizen to have access to the good, they have to fight. There will be competition among them. Merit means good that you have access to through competition, like education. You have to work for it. It depends on your mark. Common good, another type of public good. Common good. These are good that they are rival in consumption, but they are non-excludability. Example, public library, playing ground. Public library, they have a capacity. They may say, this public library, the capacity is 100 reader at a time. When the number of reader is already exhausted, any new person coming to the library, they have to wait for the other to finish before they can have access into the library. Assuming the library have 100 shares for the readers. Once the share, all the 100 shares is occupied, if another person is coming to read into the public library, they will wait outside, waiting for anybody that will come out that are finished reading before they can enter. Playing ground too. All these public playing ground, there is a limited capacity it can contain. Once the limited capacity is full, They will say, wait, let others come out before you can what? Enter. That is common good. Common good means those public goods that are rival in consumption. There is rivalry in it, but they are non-excludability. So those are type of public good. Advantage of public good or benefit of public good. Advantage of public good or benefit of public good. Number one advantage of public good is they can be used by many people simultaneously. They are free to use. It's another advantage. They promote social welfare and development of the nation. It's another advantage. They increase basic amenity, infrastructural facility. Public good increase it. These are advantage of public good. Disadvantage, free rider problem. What is free rider problem? One free rider problem means since I'm enjoying this good at a free cost, people will now start using it anyhow. Free rider problem means since you are getting it at a free cost, you can use it anyhow you like it. That was one of the problem of public good, free rider problem. They will misuse it. They will misuse it. They will misuse it. Example, if government provides public toilets to all the bus stop, they are now saying if you want to use this public toilet, you use it free of charge. Even if government spend 200 million to construct that public toilet, you can enjoy it first week after they commission it. But go there 2 weeks later or 1 month later, you will not enter the public toilet again. Free rider problem. People will misuse it. Like pedestrian bridge, free rider problem. People misuse it by selling on the pedestrian bridge, doing all sort of rubbish. Some people, they are even sleeping on the pedestrian bridge. Free rider problem. That is free rider. I'm not cuckoo paying for it. I can use it anyhow. Free rider problem. If you go to public library, the textbook, you will see most of the textbook is already there. Free rider problem. People use it anyhow since they are not paying for it. Free rider problem. Public good can lead to market failure. Public good can also lead to increase in cost of production for the government. Those are the problems of public good. The next heading that we should look at is problem faced by government while trying to provide public good. What are the problems faced by government when they are providing public good? Number one, corruption. Corruption. This one applies to the government official or the contractor. If they want to provide public good, they want to construct a road that worth 300 million. If government want to budget for it, they will say it was 700 million. That is corruption. Some people, those who are in charge, they are corrupt. They will inflate the price for their own private benefit, for their own personal benefit. Corruption. Another one, debt, high debt cost. When they are providing public good, government will go and borrow money. They will go and borrow money, either externally or internally. At the end of the day, they will be paying high debt costs. They will be paying costs. Costs. For government to provide public good, they have to go and borrow money in some cases. Another is decentralization. Decentralization. is another problem faced while providing public goods. Another one, lack of transparency information. Government, when they provide public goods, information about that public good is not transparent. They would like to hide it so that people will not know how much they spend. That is public good. Private good, there are those goods and services that provided by private company in order to earn profit. Those goods and services that is manufactured by private company and consumer pay before they enjoy, they are what? Private good. Characteristics of private good. There is rival in consumption. Rival in consumption means it depends on how much you have in your pockets. Do you understand? It depends on how much you have in your pockets. The seller can increase the price. You say anybody that have the per month should come and pay for it. There is rival in consumption. Your purchase power, it depends. There is excludability. They can exclude some people from consuming private goods. If you don't have money, can you enjoy Lamborghini? Can you enjoy Highlander? Can you enjoy all such kind of car? Can you enjoy it? They will exclude you. It's not for your level. It's for those who have money. If you don't have money, can you stay in Lekki Phase 1 in 3-bedroom apartments? No. They have excluded. There's excludability. It is only meant for the rich. It's not for the poor. Rejectable. You can reject private goods if you don't like it. It's not compulsory for you to consume private goods. No. If you don't like it, you can reject it. So that is private goods. Now, for the sake of time, let's differentiate between public good and private good. Public good and private good. Let's differentiate. That is the main question you can be asked in an exam. They can ask you, what is different between public good and private good? Or what are the features of private good? What are the features of public good? But these are the areas that I'm expecting this time around. If you want to differentiate between public good and private, number one differentiation is in terms of their meaning, you define it. Public good, they are the good that is provided at a free cost. While private good, they are the good that is provided by private company in order to earn profit and consumer pay before they enjoy. In terms of their provider, who provide public good? Governments. Who provide private good? Private company. In terms of consumer equality, in public good, rich and poor, they are treated equal. But in private good, company producing car, they will treat somebody that want to buy 200 million car, like Lamborghini. They will treat them, they will give them preference than somebody that just want to buy 5 million car. The one that want to buy 5 million car, assuming is the first person that comes, they will say, please wait, let's answer this our Oga. Because they know that this man is buying a car like 300 million. This one is buying 5 million naira. Preference. They will treat them equal. It depends on your money. Availability. Public good is readily available to everybody, but private good is available to only those who can avoid to consume it. Objective. The objective of providing public good is to ensure economic growth and development. But the objective of providing private good is to maximize profit earning. Rival. There is no rival in consumption of some public good, but all private good, there is rival in consuming it. Demand curve for public good is horizontal, while demand curve for private good is vertical. Horizontal means the demand will still remain the same in respect of increase in the public good. increase in prices of the public good, the demand will still remain the same. Reduction in prices of public demand is still remain the same. But vertical, as the price of the private good is going up, the demand will do what? Come down. As the price is coming down, the demand will do what? Go up. So that is the difference between public good and private good. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we will stop today. Thank you very much. Any question, any observation, any issue, let's raise it before we close the class. Any question? Any question? So in the absence of no question, let somebody give close remark and we call it a day.
So thank you so much, sir, for the lecture.
You are welcome.
I'm just trying to revise this thing that we just finished, that transcript.
Okay.
I'm trying to look at ways which I can set the exam. You know,
Okay.
with the two examples we did, we are given an opening balance. They put it in bracket, debit, stand. But in a situation whereby it is credit, that means that it will be under
in
payment
bracket
side.
No,
Yes,
it will not
yes.
be under payment side. It will be under
Okay.
receipt side, but it will be in bracket minus.
Okay, in bracket. Okay. All right.
Okay. No problem.